This is your last chance to run away. What happened to all that spirit you had a moment ago?
Okay, let's fight. 私と手合わせお願いします。
Sylvia!
美しい舞い出したな。日本一。
Alright, what's up everybody? Back turn situations for Lei Fang, force tech situations, dealing with mash, side step attacking, and low holding. We're going to recognize the back and side tech, and we are going to piece it all together, which is the golden rule. Put reason and logic to every action you do so you can always understand what decisions you are making and why. First thing, free stun involving 3PP, which is just down forward punch punch. That second punch off of that string is unholdable on hit. Counter hit, pretty much. So here we go. Back turn method involving up punch. Now you see I can get behind the opponent, pick the side closest to the opponent. So you see how I moved to the other side this time because it was the closest side to her back. And also that I'm doing K, which is a faster move. So quick moves, pick the right side. That's all you gotta worry about. So I'm gonna show you what happens. So I go all the way around try to do that extra stuff. It's not gonna work. So now I'm gonna try to go to the side I can get to fastest. Bam, I get that guaranteed. If they didn't hold right there, 1, 2, 3 into my damage wall splat. There you go. Okay, so what if they hold? Okay, I was kind of able to walk around right there because of the hold. You know, so it just depends. It's very situational. So force tech time. I'm gonna get into force tech mainly. The rest of this video, force techs. Here we go. We're gonna go into the stun into the launcher, hit the bound, go into down P plus K, into down K, into down H plus K. That's the first one. That leaves you at +9. Okay. So now we have the same situation. Then we do down P plus K, down K, and then we do down P. This one's +23, but it pushes them back farther. So it's very situational depending on the wall and whatnot, if you're close to a wall. So if you don't understand the frame aspect of this is where I'm going to break this down for you and how to determine what moves to use in these situations. So as you see, that is +4 when both, you know, opponents are up and running. +4 was me. Kasumi was -4, so that has to balance out to 0 to make it neutral. So if Kasumi has to recover from a -4 and she has a 9 frame jab, what you're gonna have to do is put that 9 frames, which is the speed of the move, and you have to add to the recovery. So that was 4 frames of recovery because she was -4, and that jab becomes 13 frames. So you find a move like K, which is 11 frames, to balance out or beat that out. Okay? So what if your opponent techs up what we just went over? Here we go. So we piece it together. I do the back turn stuff right here, and then they tech up. I showed you again. You are plus in this situation. So if they do tech up and you whiff that first kick, you are plus. We piecing it all together. I'm gonna show you one more time the back turn. As you see, I picked the right side. Boom, I'm plus. No ifs, ands, buts about it. We just gotta find the right move after this step. There are other moves that you can whiff before we get into the moves that beat those mash things out, the mash situations. So you whiff 2P if you think the opponent's gonna get up. All situational. She's plus. So boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna show you again. Look at that. Okay, just showing you repeatedly what it looks like. She is plus. Why am I holding? Because when she gets up off the floor, we both have to do the same move to determine like what, or same hold to determine the positivity and negativity. And then here I just did 1K, which I just showed you the same thing. It is also plus if they get up and you whiff that. Here we go. Depends on who you fight. If somebody's getting up off the floor, once again, and you know they're gonna do it, put yourself in better situations and continue your pressure. So moves that we're gonna use, which I just was previewing for you, they're gonna be to prevent mash. So I have a 9 framer on the screen, Kasumi, which has a 9 frame jab and pretty quick move. So 10 to 13 frames, like I showed you before, you want to stay within that quick range because you aren't that plus. So I'm gonna use K, which is 11 frames, and I'm gonna have Kasumi try to jab. So here I'm plus, she tries to jab, you see her hand pull back, and I do K. She was not able to beat me out right there. So if you get those people that try to jab off the floor, well, it ain't happening in that situation. So you see I have a 10 frame jab, a 12 frame forward punch, 11 frame K. So those are all good moves. So 6P just forward punch. I'm gonna show you the same situation. She tried to jab and got hit with 6P or forward punch. Now I'm gonna use 3P. 3P is a little slower, but what happens here if they try to get up and jab is kind of like from a distance. It's happening from some form of a distance. So in reality, she's kind of far off. And also with the 3K, which is just down forward, that's the 3 direction. Here we go again. Boom. The 3 direction. It's a little slower, but it still falls within that range, and it's at a range. She can't just jab you from a range, if that makes any sense. What if they sidestep? So here we go. We're gonna do the same thing. So back kick or PKK are the swinging kicks, high, mid to low. I'm gonna show you right here. So sidestep, bam, tracking, baby. You ain't doing it, and it's a mix-up in itself because they have to guess in between how they want to punish you. I'll explain that later. So here we go. If they try to sidestep, offensive holds is just a catch throw. Bam, get up, try to mash. I don't think so. Or sidestep, like if they try to mash a forward punch. So just watch out for that. Don't work for jabs, but forward punches is good. So here we go. I'm showing you again the tracking. So what if they low hold? You get the people that get off the floor and just immediately low hold because they don't want to get thrown. Bam, but you try to complete the tech and you get low held. What do you do for that? Just do any mid. You can go for a launcher. You can stick to the tracking, any tracking move that you want to stick to after you've hit them, to prevent them from sidestepping after you've hit them from the low hold. So let's say I do 3P and then a low sweep, you know, after they didn't low head. So the cautions that I want to bring up to you guys is that when you do this tracking move, back kick, 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 it is punishable. So just watch out. Both the second and the third kick can be low grab. And then when you try to offensive hold, when they're getting up off the floor with a jab, that is a 16 frame throw. And Kasumi can hit you. That is out of range for any, you know, move to do to beat her jab out in that situation. It's out of range. You cannot do it unless they get up off the floor with a slower move. And I'm gonna try to do forward punch with Kasumi. Bam, Lei Fang grabs. It doesn't work for forward punch. So you get up with forward punch Kasumi players and you see a Lei Fang do that situation, you're gonna get thrown because that don't work. There you go. Bam. I did that low parry as well. Just a little side note. The low parry is a good high crush. That's what I wanted to show you. So we're gonna go over differences in tech here. So I'm gonna back tech this time. I want y'all to pay attention to the screen. Look how they back tech. So if they try to sidestep from a distance, you may have to move up a little bit. Pay attention to tech. Look at it. See how you tech back? Bam, bam. So it just depends who you fight, and pay attention to everything that they do, or who are you fighting against. Watch their wake up patterns. I'm able to use moves that can generally get over to them to stop them from mashing. It still works, but you just gotta pay attention to where they're teching. So pay attention to your opponent. Look, here we go. Boom. If I know you're gonna sidestep from that distance and you back tech, I'm gonna hit you with the fatal rush if I'm 100% confident. Alright, so a good old recap. Natural stun off of 3PP. The second punch on counter hit is guaranteed or unholdable. Back turn from 8P. Pick the right side, which is closest to the back, and do a quick move with a nice little follow-up. Use 2P plus K for the tech, or 3P, which is down forward punch and back punch, to get the same effect. Pay attention to the back or side teching, very important, and that involves watching your opponent's patterns. A lot of people don't do that and they end up getting hit because they're not paying attention to how fast their moves are compared to their positivity. Do 10 to 13 frame moves or tracking, which will require you to practice your data, so go do that. And always put reasoning into action, because you always want to understand what you're doing and why you're doing it, y'all.
ウィナーよ。日本